Welcome. I'm your girl Chrissy, and this is my channel, and it's Chrissy Says. Guys, this has not been the easiest journey because I had recorded this video before. My cousin was supposed to edit it for me, and that didn't work out as planned. So I started editing it myself. And when I started, it wasn't making much sense to me. And by not making much sense to me, I mean, it wasn't as perfect as I expected it to be. So I wasn't going to put it out. I'm still not going to put it out. But instead, I decided to go ahead and record a new video, which is why I'm here doing this now. I'm a perfectionist. And if you know, perfectionist is literally somebody who refuses to accept any standard short of perfection. Okay? And that's who I am. Because I'm a perfectionist, it stops me from doing a lot of things. And this YouTube channel happens to be one of them. Not only did the perfectionism stop me from doing this YouTube channel, you know, it's also caused me to procrastinate on a lot of stuff. And that's because, to me, if it's not crisp cut, I don't want it. If it's not going to be crisp cut, I don't think it's any necessity in me doing the thing, per se. So, here I am, remaking this video. And this time, I'm going to edit it and post it, whether it's perfect or not. Because I've come to the conclusion that nothing in life can be perfect. That sounds real cliche coming out loud, but it is the truth. Yeah, I should have known this a long time ago. Not saying that I didn't, I did, but I didn't want to come to terms with it. I've now decided that I have to come to terms with it. Okay? As a perfectionist, you don't want to fail at anything, so it leads you to also become a procrastinator. Let's get into procrastination and what it is. First of all, definition: procrastination, the action of delaying or postponing something. So for this YouTube video, I procrastinated for 5 years. You heard me? 5 years. I put out one video and I never put out another one. So, quick backstory. When I did my YouTube video, the very first one that's on this channel, right? If you look at that video, there was nothing perfect about it. I was a complete mess. And there's so many times that I said I was going to archive that video or delete it. And I've attempted to do it on so many different occasions, but I haven't. And you know what? One, I tried and it didn't come down. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Maybe that was God speaking to me. But I tried and it didn't come down. But that's not the only thing. There's also this. It shows growth. That video and these videos now to come, you're going to see growth in them. And I feel like I need that, being the person that I am, to remind me that everything is not always going to be perfect. You have to start from somewhere and you have to work your way to where you want to be. Okay? So that brings me to my topic today. Drum roll. Procrastination as a perfectionist. I'm talking to myself here. I know. I'm literally talking to myself because I'm a perfectionist. And what do? I procrastinate. I hope this helps somebody else. But this, I really need to get this out there for me especially. So, procrastination is never a good thing. And you have to change your mindset. All right? As a procrastinator, you have to change your mindset. And to be honest, no matter how many YouTube videos you watch or how many books you read or how many times you Google how to stop procrastinating, nothing is going to help you if you don't change your mindset. So that's the biggest thing for me. You have to want it to get it. You have to want it to get it. And I'm sorry, guys, if you see me keep like looking out of the camera, it's because my toddler is over there. And that's another thing. In these videos, sometimes I might have him with me, and other times he'll be in the background of these videos. And that's also an update. The first video I did, that's still on the channel. You can go back and watch it if you would like. I was living in Jamaica. I was pregnant with my first son in that video. I didn't know that at the time. And since then, I've migrated. I live in the United States of America now. And I now have two sons. One, the first one that I was pregnant with, who is now 5, about to be 6 in July. And this one, who is 7 months old, who will be 1 in August. So that's just a little update on what happened in my life since then. Also, I was in teachers college, and a whole lot of things happened between that time. As you can imagine, it's been 5 years, of course. I just wanted to just throw that in there, just to give you a little backstory of what was going on in the 5 years. Yeah, so, okay, back to this. Procrastination and perfectionism. You can't be a perfectionist in this life, to be very honest. Like, to be fair, frank, you can't be a perfectionist. To what extent, rather? You know, because something is always going to be out of place. Especially now that I'm a mom, I have to remind myself all the time that that will never be my reality, because kids are very disorganized. As small as he is, you put him on the floor, you have to give him toys, you have to keep him entertained. So for me, I would like to have like a crisp cut environment. It's clean and spotless and everything in order. But the reality is, I will never have that because I am a mom. And not saying that I couldn't, I can, but what fun would it be for him? So this also brings into play compromising, right? Also, I have a partner. So he's not a perfectionist. So I have to compromise, because what am I going to do? Am I going to be single for the rest of my life because I want everything to be in tip-top shape order? Or am I going to compromise? So guys, that's another thing. You have to compromise in this lifetime. So we have to scrap the mentality of being perfectionists. I mean, you don't have to scrap it altogether, but you have to scrap that mentality for the most part. When it comes to work or school or whatever you guys are doing, that you can afford to be a perfectionist, then yeah, sure, go ahead, do that, do your best. I'm not saying don't do your best. Do your best at everything at all times. But in real life, like on your day-to-day, that's not going to be a real thing, you know? And then think of this. I got this quote from Christopher Parker. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. Okay? And what that means to me is you need to do something, right? But you don't want to do it right now. You're thinking about, oh, I can do it tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. Next month turns into next year. And this could be something as simple as exercise, you know? Or for me, this YouTube channel, I procrastinated on this until it turned into 5, almost 6 years. It was like, okay, I can't do this now because I have this to do or I have that to do. I'm a mom. I don't have the space. I don't have a camera. I don't have a microphone. I don't have this. I don't have that. All the excuses in the world that I made no sense. Made no sense at the time. It still doesn't make sense now. And in hindsight, looking back, you're thinking to yourself, what really made you make those excuses? It was fear of failure, to be honest, you know? They were crappy excuses, and my fear of failure caused me to do that. My fear of rejection caused me to do that. And that comes with being a perfectionist also. You have fear of failure, you have fear of rejection. You don't want to be rejected by anybody. You don't want to be failing at anything. You always want to be spot on. And you're not always going to get it right. Sometimes it takes you getting up, trying something, and the thing not working out, and you try it again and it works out, or you try it a different way and it works out, you know? Or you try something and it doesn't work out, and then you realize, all right, maybe this is not the thing to do, or maybe this is not the way to go about it, so let me try a different way, or let me try something else. But don't not try because of your fear of failure or your fear of rejection. You're always going to have these fears. You're always going to have them, regardless. Whether you try it or don't try it, you're always going to have the fear. So might as well. And then on top of that, you don't want to be in your mind thinking, what if I had done this? What would have happened if I did this? Would I have failed, or would I have succeeded at it? You know, what would be the outcome? That what if will eat you alive, I promise you. So you want to get rid of that. You want to just get it out the way. Just do it and get it out the way, and forget that I was scared of this at one point. Like, sometimes you're so scared to do something, and again, because of your fear of rejection or your fear of failure. And when you started, the people that you were afraid that were going to reject you are the people that welcome you. They're so welcoming to you, and you're like, oh my God, this is what I was afraid of. Look at all this love I'm receiving, and you know, that type of stuff. Girl, get up and try it. You won't know until you try it. And that's a message to myself as well. Not just you guys, but to myself as well. Another quote that I wanted to put in this video, was, you may delay, but time will not. And the great Benjamin Franklin said that. And the reason I want to put that in there is, baby, time is money, okay? And the time is going to pass anyway, okay? It's going to pass anyway. And then you're going to be thinking to yourself, do you know how far I could have been if I had done this at that time? Like, for example, again, referring to myself one more time. If I had continued with my YouTube channel, I would be almost 6 years in. And do you know how far I would have been if I had continued? I still have that in my mind every day. Like, do you know how far my channel, how big my channel would be? Do you know how accomplished I would be? I would have already been monetized. It does not feel good to be thinking about how far you could have been when you know that you should have done the work to be there. You know, the coulda, shoulda, woulda thing is so cliche, and it's annoying, to be honest. And you don't want to have that annoyance to deal with. That's the thing. The worst kind of annoyance is from yourself. Like, it's from your own mind. Somebody sitting down next to you annoying the crap out of you, walk away from that person. You could run away from that person. You could go somewhere else. But when it's yourself, when it's your own mind talking to you, baby, that is not fun. You can't go nowhere. You got to sit there and you got to deal with that because it's you. You can't run from you. You don't want to be procrastinating. It's not fun. It's not good. The time is going to pass anyway. So why not just get it done? And whatever happens, happens. If you do fail, at least you tried. My grandma used to say, nothing beats a trial but a failure. Okay? And that is very true. If you ain't tried, you ain't know you're going to fail at it. But you're going to wonder, what if? There ain't nothing you're going to read that's going to, it might help you, to be honest. But it won't stop you from procrastinating if you don't put your mindset, your mind frame where you need it to be. If you don't want it enough, you're not going to do it. If you're not hungry enough, you're not going to go get what you want to get. You have to want it enough to get up and grind for it. If there's anything that you guys have been procrastinating on and you know that it's going to bother you, it's something that's supposed to elevate you, that's supposed to get you from point A in your life to point B in your life, and you're procrastinating on it, I'm going to ask you guys to let that go today, whether it be exercise, whether it be something for school, whether it be your job, whether it be even your YouTube channel, whatever it is that you think that is supposed to get you elevated and you're not doing it because you're like, oh, I'm afraid of the failure that's to come with it, or I'm afraid of whatever it is that you're afraid of. Let that fear go and get up and do what you need to do to be where you need to be. Baby, it's 2023 and we need to be elevated, okay? Everybody's in their soft girl era and all of that. You need to be in your soft girl era too. And my guys, you need to be in your soft guy era too. I don't hear nobody talking about that, but you all need to be doing that too. So get up and do what you need to do to get it together, to be where you need to be, you know? So on that note is where I'm ending, and I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.